Okay, listen up. This is going to be long, raw, and probably uncomfortable. But it's my truth. I know my husband is cheating. I know about at least 3 women, probably more. I see the signs, I find the evidence, I hear the whispers, and I do nothing. Absolutely nothing. I smile, I cook dinner, I ask about his day. I play the perfect, oblivious wife. Because right now, his money is my only path to true freedom. This isn't about love or revenge fantasies. This is cold, hard strategy, survival. And the clock is ticking down to the day I walk away with everything I need to never look back. The discovery, when denial became impossible, it didn't happen overnight. It was a slow, creeping realization, like water seeping through cracks you didn't know existed. Little things first. A lingering scent on his collar that wasn't mine, something floral and cheap, not my usual musk. Unexplained charges on the credit card statement. A fancy dinner for 2 at a restaurant had never taken me to, on a night he claimed he was working late at the office. Hotel receipts tucked into his briefcase for places miles away, coinciding with business trips that seemed suspiciously frequent. His phone always face down, buzzing constantly late at night. Him taking calls in another room, his voice dropping to a low, intimate murmur I never heard with me anymore. I tried to ignore it, blame it on stress, on my imagination. Maybe the perfume was from a colleague hugging him goodbye. Maybe the dinner was a client expense. Maybe the hotel was a mistake. But the evidence piled up. The lies became flimsier. The distance between us grew into a chasm. The moment it crystallized, the moment denial shattered, was stupidly mundane. Had left his iPad open on the kitchen counter, synced to his messages. I wasn't snooping, I was wiping the counter. A notification popped up. A name I didn't recognize. Can't wait for tonight, baby. My place, 8 p.m. My blood ran cold, then hot, then cold again. I didn't touch it. I just stood there, staring at the screen until it went dark. That was Mistress 1. Confirmed. Finding the others was depressingly easy once I stopped pretending not to see. A second number saved under a fake mail name in his contacts, Mike from accounting. Called it discreetly from a prepaid burner phone one day. A distinctly female, slightly breathy voice answered, "Hello?" I hung up. Mistress 2. Then, linking his frequent Uber rides, he thought I didn't have access to the account email to a suburban address on Saturday afternoons when he was supposedly playing golf. Cross-referencing credit card purchases, jewelry store charges for items I never received, lingerie bought in sizes that weren't mine, sent to APL, box I didn't know about. Mistress 3. And those were just the regulars. There are likely others, more casual flings. I stopped digging for specifics. Knowing the exact number doesn't change the calculus. 3, 5, 10 the betrayal is absolute regardless. Why I say the brutal economics of entrapment, people who haven't lived this love to shout just leave. Have some self-respect. They don't understand the intricate, suffocating trap of financial dependence and societal expectation. We've been married for 14 years. Early on, it made sense for us, or so I believed, for me to step back from my budding career to support his meteoric rise. I managed everything: the house, the moves for his promotions, the emotional labor with his demanding family, the invisible work that kept his life running smoothly. My own career prospects. Stalled, then derailed. My earning potential now, in my late 30s, after over a decade out of the serious workforce. Maybe 40 to 50% of what it could have been. Maybe less. He, on the other hand, makes obscene money. High 6 figures, verging on 7. Significant annual bonuses. Lucrative stock options. Multiple investment properties in his name that he acquired before or early in our marriage. We live a life of visible luxury. A huge house in an exclusive zip code. Luxury cars. Private schools for our one child, vacations in places most people only dream of. It's a gilded cage. If I left right now, today. Alimony. Yes, likely. but temporary. Courts push hard for rehabilitation, meaning they expect me to magically rebuild a career capable of sustaining even half this lifestyle within a few years. At my age, with my gap in relevant experience. Utter fantasy. The alimony would be a fraction of what we live on now and wouldn't last forever. Child support? Mandatory, calculated on his income. But it's capped. It covers the bare minimum basic food, shelter, clothing. It doesn't cover the astronomical cost of our child's current private school, the elite sports clubs, the tutors, the college fund we've been aggressively contributing to. Leaving now means ripping my child out of their established, privileged life, away from their friends, their opportunities. The guilt would be crushing. Asset division. Complex. The house has significant equity, but a large chunk is tied to premarital assets and investments he brought in or generated through his bonuses directed into specific accounts. Liquid cash accessible to me. Minimal. He controls the major cash flows. His name is on everything substantial. Fighting for a fair share would mean a brutal, expensive legal war against his high-powered lawyers, funded by his virtually limitless resources. It'd likely emerge with scraps and massive legal debt. Lifestyle. Plummeting off a cliff. For me, and devastatingly, for my child. Downgrading our home, our neighborhood, our schools, our healthcare, our entire world. The instability, the loss. I can't do that to my kid unless I have an ironclad way to cushion the fall. My cold calculation, staying put for 3 to 5 more years, playing the role flawlessly, allows me to strategically build my own substantial, independent asset base using the resources generated within this marriage. His infidelity isn't a dagger to my heart anymore, it's a grimly convenient smokescreen. While he's distracted playing Casanova, I'm building my fortress. His money is funding my escape. Every day I stay is an investment in my future autonomy. The performance, Oscar-worthy obfuscation. I am the epitome of the trusting, devoted, slightly naive wife. It's a role I inhabit 24/7, and have gotten terrifyingly good at it. It requires constant, meticulous acting, blissful ignorance. I ask about his work dinners with genuine-sounding interest. Oh, you went to that new French place. How was the duck confit, honey? Knowing full well he took Mistress One there last Thursday, paid for with our platinum card. I never check his phone. I never question late nights or sudden urgent business trips. I project an aura of trusting contentment. Vacant, even. It lulls him into complacency. The supportive partner, I host flawless dinners for his colleagues and bosses. I charm them, remember their wives' names and birthdays, send thoughtful gifts from both of us. I manage his calendar, book his travel, ensure his dry cleaning is impeccable. His favorite snacks are always stocked. Why? Because a husband whose domestic life is frictionless is a husband less likely to scrutinize mine. A happy, unbothered husband is a useful husband. The sex factor, this is often the hardest part of the performance. Sometimes I go through the motions. Detached, mechanical. I focus on my breathing or mentally calculate compound interest on my hidden savings. Other times, I have a convenient headache or am exhausted from the team meeting, child soccer practice. He rarely pushes. Why would he? He has multiple outlets for that particular need. My occasional disinterest actually suits him. It alleviates any guilt he might fleetingly feel and frees up his time. The social facade to the outside world. We are couple goals. Perfect holiday cards with coordinated outfits and forced smiles. Lavish family vacations meticulously planned and executed by me, funded by him. Carefully curated social media posts showcasing our wonderful life. The illusion is airtight. His mistresses likely pity me or think I'm a clueless fool. Little do they know, in the spider patiently weaving my web, and they're just flies buzzing around the decaying center. Building the war chest, financial ninjutsu in action while Hayes preoccupied with his extracurricular activities. I am laser-focused on my true mission, financial independence. Every move is calculated, discreet, and designed to be untraceable back to me. This is where the real work happens. 1. The household management siphon. I control the household budget. This is my primary weapon. Groceries and supplies. I buy generic, clip digital coupons religiously, use cashback apps Rakuten, Ibotta, and loyalty programs aggressively. The difference between the generous budget he approves and what I actually spend. Diverted. Sometimes I pay cash for things at cheaper stores and submit receipts from higher-end places, carefully selecting items with similar prices. Small discrepancies add up fast. Home improvement repairs. I get multiple quotes for any project. One choose the most reasonable, competent contractor, but often pay a portion in cash for a discount which he never sees. The difference between the budgeted amount and the actual cost, including my cash discount, goes into my fund. I also handle minor repairs myself thanks YouTube tutorials. Using supplies bought with cash, avoiding official invoices altogether. Gifts and experiences. When he gets a bonus or wants to assuage vague guilt, he asks what I want. I never ask for cash too obvious. I ask for things with high resale value or that generate income and skills. Some classic gold jewelry would be lovely. Easily liquidated. Contributions to my separate brokerage account would be amazing in trying to learn about investing. He sees it as responsible. I see it as direct funding. A course in digital marketing, web design would be so fulfilling. Building skills for my future income. Cash is king. I generate as much physical cash as possible from these siphons. It's untraceable. 2. The innocent investments. The rental property gambit. Honey, I read this article about passive income and diversifying our portfolio. What about buying that small, slightly rundown duplex? It's in a decent area, could be a good long-term investment, and I could manage it. I pushed, framed it as our investment, our asset. He agreed, seeing it as a smart financial move. I found the property, negotiated the price, found the tenants. I handle everything, rent collection insisting on cash or checks made out to me, which I then deposit into an account he knows about but rarely checks. Minor repairs using my handyman paid in cash from the siphon fund. Keeping official expenses minimal. Maintenance. The official books show it barely breaks even after mortgage and minimal expenses. The reality. The rent significantly exceeds the mortgage and my minimal reported expenses. The surplus cash flows into a separate account I control. He thinks it's a break-even hassle. It's my golden goose. My learning account, the brokerage account he contributes to. I manage it actively. I take calculated risks with a portion, aiming for growth. The gains stay hidden within the account. 3. The skill grind and shadow income. While he's working late or traveling, I'm working too. Upskilling, online courses, certifications, things like bookkeeping, project management, UX design paid for with gift money or siphon cash. Building a legitimate skill set for my post-escape life. Freelancing. Under a carefully crafted pseudonym, I take on small, remote freelance gigs, data entry, virtual assistants, social media management. Payments go into a separate PayPal account under the pseudonym. From there, I transfer to a reloadable prepaid Visa card bought with cash, and then slowly convert that into physical cash or use it to fund other hidden expenses. It's slow, small amounts, but it builds skills and a completely independent income stream. 4. The gifts and fabricated windfalls, tangible assets, birthdays, anniversaries, just because I ask for gold coins, specific designer pieces known for holding value like a classic Chanel bag, or contributions to my investment accounts. Things I can liquidate easily if needed. The modest inheritance. I fabricated a story about a distant, elderly aunt passing away and leaving me a small inheritance, $15,000. I sold some old jewelry I never wore genuinely mine, bought years ago to generate some seed cash, deposited it slowly over months into a newly opened high-yield savings account at a completely different bank, and cited the inheritance as the source. He barely batted an eye, absorbed in his own world. That account is solely in my name. 5. Operational security. OPSEC is paramount. Digital. Burner email for freelance and secret finances. encrypted cloud storage like a hidden Veracrypt volume for all sensitive documents, spreadsheets tracking my assets, and evidence of his infidelity gathered discreetly, photos of receipts, screenshots of location data, call logs, phone with a strong password and hidden apps, browser history religiously cleared, separate, hidden budgeting apps, physical, cash hidden in multiple secure, mundane locations, false book, taped behind a drawer, safe deposit box rented under pseudonym with cash, important documents scanned and stored digitally, originals shredded after scanning or hidden off-site, no paper trails linking my freelance or cash movements, financial, no large, unexplained deposits, cash converted slowly, used for small purchases or money orders for things like the safe deposit box rent. The rental property surplus is funneled into an account he knows exists, but thinks is just for property expenses, keeping reported balances low. My inheritance account is completely separate. Mental, constant vigilance, double-checking alibis, ensuring my story about expenses or activities is airtight. Anticipating questions. Living the lie. The psychological toll playing this role 24/7 is exhausting. It's not painless. The disgust, it's visceral. Seeing him pick up his phone with that slight smirk, knowing he's texting one of them, smelling a hint of cheap perfume or unfamiliar shampoo on him when he leans in for a perfunctory kiss goodbye. Watching him lie with such effortless ease, it turns my stomach. I channel the disgust into meticulous entries in my financial spreadsheets. The loneliness, profound and isolating. I can't confide in friends or family. They wouldn't understand the strategy. They'd either urge me to leave immediately, blowing my cover, or drown me in pity I can't afford. I see glimpses of the mistress's lives, sometimes tagged photos on public social media. I have anonymous accounts just for monitoring, seeing them in his car once. They seem happy, flattered. They have no idea I know, and more importantly, that I simply don't care about him anymore. Only his resources. Their happiness with my scraps enrages and isolates me further. The constant fear. The biggest stressor is the fear of getting caught prematurely. A mistress getting possessive or jealous and deciding to contact me directly. Him accidentally stumbling upon a hidden document or a notification on my burner phone. A bank error flagging an account. A nosy accountant reviewing the rental property books too closely. It's a low-grade hum of anxiety I've learned to live with, but it's always there. The guilt mostly about my child. This is the sharpest pain. Lying to my child every single day by maintaining this facade of a happy family. Knowing I'm complicit in the deception that shapes their reality. But I fiercely believe that the stability, the resources, the continuity, and crucially, the avoidance of a bitter, drawn-out custody battle fueled by an explosive divorce right now is genuinely better for them in the immediate term. When I leave, it will be swift, planned, and I will explain it to them in an age-appropriate way, focusing on creating a new, stable, and honest life for us. They will see a mother who was strategic and strong, not one shattered by betrayal. The tipping point, the number that means freedom. I have a specific, meticulously calculated number. A net worth target held solely in my name and control cash, gold, brokerage accounts, equity in the rental property, accessible funds. This number isn't arbitrary. It's designed to 1. Secure immediate housing. Cover first, last, security on a comfortable apartment or small house in the same school district, plus moving costs. The rental property might serve as immediate shelter if vacant or tenant notice is timed perfectly. 2. Fund living expenses and legal fees. Cover at least 2 years of mine and my child's current standard of living adjusted for single household plus the anticipated cost of a top-tier divorce lawyer and any litigation, without touching a single cent of potential alimony or child support. This buffer is crucial. It means I never have to settle out of desperation. 3. Rebuild and launch. Finance my full-time retraining or education if needed, or provide seed capital to launch my own business, consultancy based on the skills I've been building. This ensures long-term independence beyond the divorce settlement. 4. Maintain child stability. Ensure my child's lifestyle doesn't nosedive. Continue private school activities, healthcare without immediate, drastic cuts. Provide a financial cushion for their future college fund top-ups. I track this number obsessively. Detailed, password-protected, encrypted spreadsheets updated weekly. Every diverted grocery dollar, every rent check deposited above the mortgage, every freelance payment, every gain in my learning account, the appreciating value of the gold coins, it all gets logged. Every penny brings D-Day closer. I estimate 2 to 3 more years. Maybe less if his next bonus is particularly large and I can manipulate the investment opportunities. The mistresses, irrelevant to the plan. They are symptoms of his character, distractions he pays for with his money and time. Let him have them. Their existence keeps him occupied, complacent, and spending resources outside our household, making my siphoning easier. They are not threats, they are useful idiots in my grand strategy. The end game, execution, not emotion. There will be no dramatic confrontation, no leaking evidence to his our department. No scorched earth social media posts. No showing up at a mistress door. That wastes precious energy, risks unpredictable fallout, and potentially harms my financial position or custody case. This is a military operation, not a soap opera. When my target number is hit, when the green light flashes in my meticulously planned timeline. 1. Lawyer up. I already have retainer agreements drafted with 2 of the most ruthless, respected divorce attorneys in the state, known for protecting assets and winning favorable settlements for financially disadvantaged spouses. Initial consultation fees are saved in cash. I walk in with a dossier, organized, undeniable evidence of his infidelity, not for revenge. For leverage in settlement negotiations to secure a better financial outcome and potentially primary custody and clear documentation of our marital assets. My hidden assets. Shielded through careful structuring and legal advice. My lawyer will know how to navigate this. 2. Secure immediate refuge. The rental property will be vacated or notice given to tenants just before filing. My bags and my child's will be packed and stored offsite or ready to move in immediately. First, last, security for temporary housing. Ready in cash or a separate account. 3. The delivery. He will come home to an empty house and divorce papers served by a professional process server. I will be gone with our child, staying at the rental property or a hotel booked under my pseudonym days before. My primary phone number will be temporarily changed. All communication will flow exclusively through my lawyer. 4. The narrative. Calm, cold, unemotional, factual. Through my lawyer. The marriage is irretrievably broken due to your persistent infidelity. Here is the proposed settlement agreement focused on financial stability and continuity for our child. No screaming matches. No tearful accusations. No explanations beyond what's legally necessary. Emotion is a luxury I will not afford him. The goal is maximum extraction, minimum drama. I don't want to destroy him emotionally. I want to extricate myself and my child with the maximum possible resources to build a secure, independent, and peaceful life. His punishment isn't my anger, it's losing control of the narrative, losing his comfortable domestic facade, and the dawning realization that the woman he took for granted outmaneuvered him completely. His money bought my silence for years, and now it's buying my freedom. I am not the victim cowering in the corner. I am the strategist moving pieces on a chessboard he doesn't even know exists. And checkmate is inevitable. Every fake smile, every ignored late night text chime, every dollar quietly moved from his column into mine, it's all just counting down the seconds until I vanish, leaving him with the wreckage of his choices and me with the keys to my future. His infidelity isn't my tragedy, it's my meticulously planned escape route. And I'm walking it the second the coast is clear.